I want to talk a little bit about the role of the consumer. We know, again, that these are raw products. They don't go through any kind of cook step as a rule. And so the ultimate responsibility is going to be the consumers. And there's just no way around that. So we already heard about the importance of washing hands and the 20-second rule, Itsy Bitsy Spider, or Happy Birthday, or what was the other one? London Bridges. Most people don't think about that when they're washing their hands. And I've observed that not everyone washes their hands after using the restroom. But even those folks that do, yeah, maybe they're washing their hands for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that. So it takes training. It takes training to teach people what the right thing to do is and how to do it. A lot of these things we may think are common sense, intuitive, but that's not necessarily true. And that's what we're finding, that training is very, very important. Cleaning and sanitizing utensils and facilities, we talked about that. Countertops, cutting boards, that sort of thing. One recommendation we make to folks, one very easy way to do that is to use a dilute bleach solution. And that would be just common household bleach. You want to make sure that it's not any of the bleach that has any kind of perfume in it, or sometimes it'll have thickening agents to make it splashless bleach, that sort of thing. You don't want to use anything like that. But just straight off the shelf bleach, sodium hypochlorite, Clorox, many other brands, that can make a very effective sanitizing solution. And the strength that we recommend is 1 teaspoon in a quart of water. Or you can use 1 tablespoon in a gallon of water. Gives you approximately the same strength. That's an excellent solution for sanitizing surfaces. You wouldn't want to use that as actual food contact, but for sanitizing countertops, knives, cutting boards, that sort of thing, that works really well. Other important recommendation to make there, the effectiveness of any sanitizing solution, but especially a chlorine sanitizing solution, is dramatically affected by the amount of soil that's present, organic material. And so if you're going to use a sanitizing solution like that, it's very important to clean that surface first and then sanitize it. Otherwise, your sanitizing solution may not do much for you at all. So we like to make that very clear. Cross-contamination of fresh produce, we know how important that is. You definitely don't want to cut up some raw chicken and then cut up your salad on the same cutting board without cleaning and sanitizing it. That's a no-no. Talked about the importance of cooking produce. If it's something that's routinely cooked, you want to make sure that it's cooked well enough. And there are a lot of guidelines for meat-based products, fewer for vegetable-based products. The importance of refrigeration, that can be very important, especially for fruit, especially for products like melons. We know that melons are particularly risky because they have a lot of sugar in them and they don't have a lot of acid in them. The pH is relatively high compared to most other fruit. And so that's why you see a lot of outbreaks associated with cantaloupe, watermelons, things like that. It is a very fertile environment for those microorganisms to survive and do well. So we want to take a special care with refrigerating those commodities and things like that. Refrigeration, how many people know what the temperature of their refrigerator at home is? You just kind of assume if it's cold, then it's good. But actually, the regulatory requirements for refrigeration is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So just some conclusions. We need a comprehensive system for food safety and fresh produce. There is no single point at which you can intervene and cure all of the problems or eliminate all of the risks. It has to be all the way from the farm to the fork, and everyone has a responsibility there.